Okay, so I've said many times now that I'm planning to go back to the Mac and will buy the 12-inch MacBook. But I've decided to not buy this year's 12-inch MacBook because I'm still so happy with my 11-inch MacBook Air from 2012. I mean, it has an Intel Core i7 processor, 2 gigahertz, and 8 gigabyte of RAM. So this is really powerful still, no problem at all. So I've decided to wait another year until I buy a new 12-inch MacBook instead of this 11-inch MacBook Air. So I will use this one more year before I buy a new Mac. And when I decided to go back to the Mac, I also decided to sell my iPad Air 2. But I have decided now to keep this iPad Air 2. And the reason for that is that I will use this when I need to be even more portable and mobile than with this 11-inch MacBook Air. Because, for example, when I'm outside sunbathing in the sun and relaxing and so on, then I need this more mobile iPad than this MacBook Air. So, for example, this iPad Air 2 has excellent battery life, at least 10 to 12 hours or so. But this 11-inch MacBook Air is unfortunately the model just before the MacBook Airs got really excellent battery life. So this MacBook Air from 2012 only have 4 hours of battery life. So that's not good. It's not good enough for me. I need excellent battery life. So that's one reason why I want to keep this iPad Air 2 as my portable mobile device. And of course, I will still use my iPhone 6s Plus, my pocket computer, as I record this video with, and use that for many computer things too, when I need to be even more portable and mobile than with this iPad Air 2. So I will always have a computer in my pocket, and that computer will be my iPhone 6s Plus. And of course I will also have my Apple Watch as a device that I use a lot for example, my to-do list and so on, and reading notifications and doing some dictation and all that. So this device is very important to me too. So these 4 devices, my 11-inch MacBook Air, my iPad Air 2, and my iPhone 6s Plus and my Apple Watch is more than I actually need. So there is no need for me to buy a new Mac or any other device at the moment. And when I decided to keep this iPad Air 2, a question comes to mind, and that is, what did the new iPad Pro, the 9.7-inch iPad Pro, add to the post-PC era? To me, it didn't add anything really, because I can do anything the new iPad Pro, the 9.7-inch iPad Pro, can do on this iPad Air 2. I mean, this is really powerful still, a very fast processor, and it has enough of RAM to do really advanced stuff, and I can use really professional apps on this one, and I can edit 4K video and render it directly on the iPad Air 2 very fast. So I don't think the new iPad Pro, 9.7-inch iPad Pro, added anything to the post-PC era. The only thing I can think of that the iPad Pro, the 9.7-inch iPad Pro, added, and that is the Apple Pen support and a smart connector, and of course 4 speakers, one in every corner. But seriously, all these features, those features, I don't have any need for that. I don't like pencils, I don't like styluses and so on. I don't use them at all. I rather prefer using a keyboard or anything, and I don't use pens anymore. Real pens or Apple pens. And yes, the smart connector would be cool to have on the iPad Air 2, but At the moment, there is no smart keyboard that supports the Swedish characters, so I don't have a need for a smart connector for getting a great keyboard for the iPad Air 2. So seriously, the smart connector doesn't have any accessories yet for me to use with my iPad. So I don't need a smart connector at the moment. The 4 speakers on the iPad Pro would be cool to have though, because I often listen to ebooks while reading them at the same time to speed up my reading. And if I'm laying down in the bed with the iPad on my stomach, I cover the speakers on the iPad Air 2. So if I had 4 speakers, I could hold it as usual and still hear the book from the top speakers instead. So that would be quite good to have though, but I think I can manage without having 4 speakers too. So there isn't anything that the new iPad Pro, the 9.7-inch iPad Pro, added to the post-PC era really. So I've decided to keep my devices this year and wait for next year before I upgrade and buy new stuff. For example, a new 12-inch MacBook, or maybe a new kind of device that Apple will present that merges the iPad Pro with a Mac or something, and maybe it runs iOS and OS 10 on the same machine. I don't know. But if Apple don't release a new kind of device, I will be happy buying the 12-inch MacBook next year. And I think I will wait until I upgrade my iPhone 6s Plus too, because according to all the rumors I've seen, it will not be much different to the iPhone 6s Plus this year. So next year will be an excellent and very drastic update of the iPhone. So I can wait for that one next year too. Okay, bye.